Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be ranking every single Winter Wave 2024 LEGO Marvel figure from worst to best. Now, I've been able to find these over the past few weeks at Kohl's, Walmart, and Target, and so I've gotten to live with them, and I'm not really making any shoot-from-the-hip decisions here. I've looked at them, I've kind of weighed the options, and I want to rank them from worst to best, so be sure to hit like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let me know if you agree with these choices at the end of the video. With that being said, let's get into it, and we'll get started now. Coming in absolute last place is Spider-Man. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't a bad figure. It's a great Spider-Man, in fact, with the arm printing and everything, but in previous sets, we've gotten him with dual molded legs, which means he has the red boots on the bottom, but in this set, they reverted back to just the plain blue legs, so since we technically already have a better version of the same figure elsewhere, I think that this one's pretty lazy, and LEGO could have given us something better or new, so he comes in last place. Miles Morales ranks near the bottom for the exact same reason. We've gotten a better Miles in the past that had dual molded legs that had the black boots on bottom with gray on top, but LEGO got lazy and just gave us gray legs. So while it is nice to get Miles with the hoodie on, it is a cool figure in its own right. We've gotten better versions, and this one just feels really lazy from LEGO. So since it doesn't bring anything new to the table, and in fact takes things away, he's at the bottom of the list too. Now, Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider is the exact same one we've been getting in other sets, so she ranks a little bit higher than the other Spider guys because while it's still a great figure, at least LEGO didn't take anything away, so it's still at the bottom of the list since there's nothing new here, but it is still good, and yeah, we'll keep moving on. In 14th place, we have Venom from the Venom mech. Again, not a bad figure, and it's the same one we've gotten over and over and over again, so there's nothing to get too excited about, but it is accurate, so he's got to be below all of the other figures, since he doesn't have any detailed printing other than the torso and head. In 13th place, we have the integrated suit from Spider-Man No Way Home. This is a fine figure. In fact, I love the dual molded legs with the printing on them, but we've already gotten it in many instances previous, so there's nothing new here, but technically he does have more detail than any other figure so far on the list, which is why he ranks ever so slightly higher. Up next, we have Electro from the Lizard Sandman Final Battle set. Definitely a cool figure, but it is the same head, torso, and legs as the Spider-Man No Way Home Final Battle Statue of Liberty head. This time, he just has new accessories for the lightning bolts in his hands and on his back. I do like this figure a lot. I liked it in the No Way Home Final Battle set, but since the only thing new here are the accessories, he still has to be pretty low on the list. At number 11, just barely not making it into the top 10, we have Wolverine from the X-Jet. Now, the X-Jet has its own problems, right? It's $85 for, what, like a little less than 400 pieces? Not very good, but this Wolverine uses the exact same torso print as the CMF version. However, this time they took away the printing on the arms, they took away the dual molded legs and just put printing on the front of the legs, and they gave us the same cowl. Now, of course, the face is new, so that's nice, but yeah, basically, if you have the CMF version, you already have a superior version of this, and the main reason he's not ranked lower on the list is because I was sitting and looking at all these figures and thought, hey, if I didn't have the CMF version and I missed out on getting it, I would like this a lot to at least have a Wolverine in my collection. So while it's not my favorite figure on this list for sure, I do appreciate the fact that if you missed out on the CMFs, at least you could snag Wolverine this way. Alright, we're now in the top 10, and that brings us to Magneto. Now, this Magneto is super weird. Technically, yes, it is accurate to what we're going to see in the X-Men 97 show, and it's accurate to the old comics, but come on, if you could pick any LEGO Magneto to have in your collection, is this the one you would want? Heck no. So, while it is an accurate figure, he does squeak his way just barely onto the top 10 list. I can't say I love the figure. It's just cool, but also kind of lame. Hard to explain, but I'm sure you guys get what I mean. As you'll see with some of the figures in this list, LEGO has this very strange fascination with venomizing characters, and in this case, they venomized Dr. Octopus. Now, you'll see that half of his torso is being taken over by the Venom symbiote, and his full face has been taken over, but we can lift that hair up and flip it around to show that half of his face is taken over on this side. It's an interesting figure, however, there was a venomized, a Carnage version of Doc Ock from the old PS1 and Nintendo Nintendo 64 and PC Spider-Man game that since there's already a Carnage Doc Ock, I don't understand why they wouldn't just make that rather than make Venomized Doc Ock, which to my recollection has never actually happened, at least in any meaningful way that people would want it in a Lego form. So it's a decent figure. I don't hate it, but also, is this really what we want from Lego Marvel right now? Me personally, I'm waiting on the Spot, Mr. Negative, another Spider-Man 2099, and I really don't care about Venomized Dr. Octopus, even if the execution is kind of cool. Along those same lines, we got a Venomized Green Goblin, and the reason this ranks slightly higher is because I think it's cool that they went all out and gave us a Venomized glider for him as well. And I also like that the torso is basically fully Venomized compared to Doc Ock's only being about half Venomized. I guess the back isn't quite fully there, but I love the yellow eyes on the head. And then, of course, when we flip this around, you can see the other half. He's only half taken over by Green Goblin, or excuse me, taken over by Venom, which, again, is pretty cool. I don't love these Venomized figures, but they're kind of cool for what they are, and I definitely think they're placed right on this list. In 7th place, we have Baby Groot, and I really struggled with where to put him on this list because I love the printing on the torso, the head print is great, and of course, the print on the back of the torso is really nice as well, but this isn't to scale with anything except the buildable rocket figure that it comes with, so, like, you could never put this next to, say, like, Drax, right, because Baby Groot is definitely not that tall compared to Drax, so I really don't love the fact that you know, it's not really to scale with anything, even though it's a nice figure. So he's going to come at number 7 on this list. I certainly don't hate it, but I also certainly don't love it. So it's a figure I honestly kind of struggle with here. At number 6, we have Rocket Raccoon in his Ravager outfit from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Now, in reality, I don't know if he should be as high on this list as he is, but then again, so many of the figures in the video up to this point have been reuses or even downgrades of previous figures that I guess Rocket does fit right here at home at number 6. It's a great torso print, but the reason I'm not super excited about it is because the torso is technically the only new thing here. He's using the same head and brown tail from Guardians Volume 3, and so really all we're getting here is a new torso, which isn't the end of the world, but it is a little weird that a figure ranks so high here when literally only one new piece was used. Alright, now we're getting into the good stuff. At number 5, we have Ronan the Accuser from Rocket's Warbird. Now, we have not gotten a Ronan minifigure in 10 years. The last one was for the first Guardians movie back in 2014. Admittedly, I do think that that original figure is a lot better. You know, you have the blood printing on the torso and that very unique headpiece that only came on that original Ronan. But, that being said, it was also 10 years ago, and a lot of new people have come into the hobby, adults and kids alike, so it is great that we can finally get this iconic Guardians villain in a relatively cheap set. I mean, it's $38, but it'll go on sale, so you'll definitely have a chance at some point over the next year to get it at a better price. So, is it a better figure than the original? No. But it is still a really nice addition to the LEGO Marvel collection, and I definitely think people will enjoy getting this, so he ranks at number 5 on my list. At number 4, we have Cyclops, one of my favorite comic book characters from Marvel, and a great inclusion here in his X-Men 97 outfit. I have to be honest, this would actually be my number 1 figure on the list if LEGO had done one very simple thing, and that is adding dual molded legs to the figure. It looks so much better with the yellow on the bottom of the boots, and not only would this be one of my favorite LEGO Marvel figures ever had they done this, it would be my favorite of this entire wave, as I was just saying. So, it is very cool, I like it a lot, but I have to judge it on the merit of the blue legs that he came with, and with those blue legs, he comes in at number 4. Now, before we get to our top 3, I do have something I want to share with you guys. If you'll take a second and watch this next portion, I could really use your help with something, and here we go. My friend Brody and I designed a LEGO KISS set, so we need all the support we can get from the KISS Army. If you would click the link in the description of this video, you can support the set, and if we get enough supporters, LEGO will actually consider making it into a real set. So let's get those supporter numbers up, and thanks so much for that. At number 3, we have Rogue, a really great figure, and she ranks higher than Cyclops for me, at least on this list, because this is our first ever LEGO Rogue. We have gotten Cyclops one other time, technically. You can see that her head can be turned around with a fighting face on the other side, and I absolutely love that white streak of hair that they gave her. Definitely a great figure, and one of the better LEGO X-Men figures we've ever gotten from Marvel over the years. At number 2, we have War Machine from the War Machine mech. I love this figure. I don't necessarily love the new Iron Man helmets. However, I do think that the print on this War Machine is the best that the new Iron Man helmet has looked to date. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is based off of his Age of Ultron look, but that is definitely not true. It most closely resembles the look from the Spider-Man animated series, and I really like that. Of course, we can lift the helmet up, and we get the standard Rhodey head we've been getting for a while, and he also comes with a hairpiece, interestingly enough, so you could add that. And overall, I love this a lot. We get great printing and an awesome minifig in the end. And at number 1, we have Lizard. Yes, this figure is finally here, guys. The Spider-Man No Way Home Lizard, and technically our first LEGO Marvel Lizard figure ever. I think it works pretty well, even for, like, comic books. Just a little bit of customization is needed for that. And look, they could have used the old Chima head to, like, the headpiece to give him, like, that elongated crocodile look. They could have used the harpy legs or, like, the Demogorgon legs. I agree, those things would have been better, but I actually really like what we got. The longer I live with it, the less those things bother me, and hey, maybe they'll upgrade it in a future set someday. But Lizard from No Way Home takes the number 1 spot for me, and with that being said, let's round out the video. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Let me know if you agree with this list or not. I definitely think we got some great figures, and seeing them all collected here together, it's definitely cool. Yeah, we got a lot of reuses and in some cases downgrades, but overall, I think it's a pretty good wave, and there's a lot to be excited about. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.